Viewer request. Let's see how we made it. Got a viewer request from my baked mac and cheese, and I forgot our fellow cook's name on there, and it's really hard and it's getting really late, so I'll get her name and I'll try to put that up. But she asked for a chicken broccoli rice casserole. So I scoured the internet and I thought this one was halfway decent, and this is coming from thecozycook.com. And it's called chicken broccoli rice casserole. Pretty simple, right? So it says to take 2 tablespoons of butter, all right, and I already have it in my big pan, but it says to take 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and I had 2.5, 2 nice size and a really small one, so I have that in there. And it says right here, cut into bite size, season with Italian season and salt and pepper. So Italian and SPGO, and there he is back there. So we have that done. Then it says to heat the butter in a large pot, add the chicken and cook until golden brown until all sizes, about 5 minutes. Remove and set aside. So let's get that going. So I got my butter melted. It doesn't call for it, but I'm just going to add some garlic to it because I like garlic, and a garlic chicken would be really good. So like I said, I seasoned this up, cut this up into bite sizes with the Italian and my SPGO. That's the salt, garlic, and onion. But they said salt and pepper. And they said cook this up. Ooh, airborne. Did you see that flop up? For about 5 minutes, they said, until it's golden brown or cooked on all the sides. So get your butter going. I have a little garlic in there over medium heat. I'm going to turn it up just a tad higher. And now we're just going to go and we're going to get this with the garlic, with the Italian seasoning, and with the salt, pepper, and garlic and the onion. And we're going to get this all nice and tendered and rendered up, this chicken. And then we're going to set it aside, and we're going to start our next steps. It's been about 5 minutes, everybody. And they said to take the chicken and remove it. So I'm just going to put the chicken right on a paper plate with a napkin. And they said to use the same pot, okay? Because basically, you're supposed to just use one pot and then transfer it to the oven, to your 13 by 9. The oven is preheating right now. Let's see, is this chicken done and tender? Oh yeah, oh that's good chicken. Wow. See, I usually do it with just butter and SPGO, but that Italian seasoning. So I'm leaving the rest of the flavoring in here, the garlic and the butter, trying to get out as much as possible. Look at the chicken. Next step, everybody, is to add your chicken broth. And now your chicken broth is going to be 2.5 cups. Now we all know I use more than a bouillon, but guess what? I used it all up on my chicken. So I had a chicken stock broth. So here's my 2.5 cups. I'm gonna get that going. They said to add that. Then to add my olive oil. And my olive oil is supposed to be 1 tablespoon. So let's get the olive oil added. Oops, a little bit extra. Oh well. All right. Then it says to add your rice to the pot and bring to a boil. And your rice is 1 1/4 cup long grain rice, uncooked. So I have that right here, already measured out. And bring this to a boil. Okay. Once this becomes to a boil, then reduce heat to a simmer. Cover tightly and cook for 6 minutes. So let's get to this boil. Let's get this all moving in here. Okay, let's get this garlic down there. So right now we got that going. We got to get this to a boil. That shouldn't take very long. And then we're going to bring this to a simmer, 6 minutes. Now the person we did find that asked for this recipe, and that was IM6092. She was one of the first people to make some comments on my baked mac and cheese. So she said, hey John, I love this type of food. If you can try it. I know it's been a little while with holidays and everything else, but I finally found it after investigating a good long time. I must have read about 30, 40 recipes, and I thought this one was great. So we're going to check this one out. All right, it started boiling. It is simmering. I got it down to a medium low, and it says to do this for 6 minutes, everybody. Then what you do is you're supposed to have your broccoli chopped up, about 2 cups fresh broccoli, uncooked. So we're going to then, after this is done in 6 minutes, add the broccoli and replace the cover. Cook for 9 more minutes or until no more liquid remains in the pot and the rice is cooked thoroughly. If it's not cooked through yet, quickly replace the lid, simmer 5 more minutes until cooked thoroughly. It says turn off the heat, leave the cover on, and let the rice stand for 10 minutes. Do not stir. Any rice on the bottom of the pot will release, they do say. Okay? So what we just got to do is just do it this way now. Buzzer this one off. That's 6 minutes, everybody. Ooh, that's looking really good. Hot, 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 hot. You know, put your 2 cups of broccoli in there. Mine was a little bit more than 2 cups. And I'm just going to give it a swirl. I don't know why. Because I'm a cook. And I have to give it a swirl. Put the lid back on for another 9 minutes. Not clock, timer. 9:00 start. That's how you do it. You put it on for 9 minutes until no more liquid remains in the pot and the rice is cooked thoroughly. You could tell. If not, put the lid back on and simmer for another 5 minutes. That's if you accidentally put too much broth or so in there. So right now, the broccoli is steaming with that rice. And turn off heat, leave the cover on, and let the rice set for 10 minutes. Do not stir. Any rice in the bottom will release. Okay? Let's get this. Okay, so I smelled something burning, and it was the rice on the bottom of the pan. So we lost some of the rice, but I saved the rest. And I put it in my non-stick pan. Still good. That right. It is tender. But that's what we got to watch out for. So that's what happened. My wife's going to have to SOS that. So I took that off. Everybody. No more heat. Just the thing. Just the lid. I moved that over as fast as I could to save it. And now they say leave this for 10 minutes. Timer. Let's see how this comes together. Well, I saved it. There's the 10 minutes and it's real hot and steamy. And now we add everything else. Ooh, Smells a lot better than when the rice was starting to burn on the bottom of the pan. The broccoli and everything is coming up. So the next thing we got to do, it says now add the cooked chicken back in. Well, I can do that. All that with that garlic. Oh yeah. Garlic and the butter. Yeah, that's done. Next we got to do, that is so good, everybody. Add 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. So, I have that already pre-opened. Let's get that in there. One of those soups that nobody remembers about. This and the cream of asparagus and celery. These are some of your basic soups to help you with making casseroles and dishes. Always try to keep a can or 2 in. Cream of mushroom. But we got the cream of chicken in there right now. That's really good right there. Then it says to add the milk, and it is a 1/2 cup of milk. So we'll pour that over that. Okay. And then we're supposed to put in our sour cream. That is a 1/2 cup. We got that in there. And then optional seasoning. This is the garlic granules. But I use regular garlic or thyme. A 1/2 teaspoon. So I'm going to put some thyme in there because I'm interested in that. And thyme is a good seasoning. So let's get a 1/2 of this in there. And just because I like it, I'm going to add a little dill. That's just about a 1/2, 2. So dill and thyme, everybody. I'm adding that in there. And 1/2 of the cheddar cheese, and it calls for 2 cups. I got 1 cup right here. And that is my favorite. Y'all know that I work for the company, but they have nothing to do with it. I think it works really good. The Sargento I'm using, the medium cheddar, all natural, off the block, 1 pound. Look at that little bit of left right there. We're going to use that. We can't just put that back in the refrigerator. It says, combine and add to a lightly greased 9x13, topped with the remaining cheese. I'm going to mix this up now, and we're going to get this in our dish. Oh, that looks really good, everybody. Just look at that. You know, get that all mixed up, just like that. Oh, you got to use a little elbow grease. Get that all moving. I hurry up and grab the first pan I could grab, and that was this one. Or I would have had it in my bigger one. And now what we're going to do, oh, that cheese is already melting. Let's get this in our 9x13. So we have our whole chicken and rice mixture made up with the broccoli. Now it says to spread this in our 9x13 lightly greased pan. So let's get this in there. Oh, that looks really good, everybody. We'll get this roughly in there and then spread it out. Like I said, I'm just learning this recipe with y'all, and it's starting to look really good. You know, Can't wait to try it. And there's more to the recipe too, everybody. So, I think I got everything out of that. So, where is my... Oh, there it is, there it is. Remember, I was using it for the chicken. Cream of chicken. So let's get this off of there. Let's get that flavoring in there. Okay, now let's spread this around. Because, oh yeah, look at that, everybody. I'd say maybe a little bit more broccoli next time. I like a lot of broccoli, you know. That is starting to look really good. Okay, I think I got that spread and kind of even all the way across. What do y'all think? Let's put that in there. Then it says right here, add the remaining cheese on top. So 1 cup, eh? I'm going to get this all in there. Oh, my wife's going to so like this because it's got cheese on it, everybody. If you ever saw the baked mac and cheese, you know my wife likes her cheese. Plus, she's a true Wisconsinite. See, and we got this. Why would you just save that? You know, that's nothing. I mean, what is that? A tablespoon? Okay. I got that cheese all over, and that's the fine shredded. Sargento. I love that cheese. So, then it says cover and bake for 15 minutes. Let's get this in there, and then we got to add the topping. There's more to this. Now the topping. The topping's very simple. Basically what it is melt butter, and the topping right on here is 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Did that. And then Ritz crackers, crush up a cup and combine and mix. This is going to be our topping for this. So after 15 minutes, you take it out, uncover, put this on top, and put in for another 10 minutes. Bingo. All done. We take a taste test that. Can't wait to try this. This is starting to look really good. Let's see how this is. Ooh, that's heavy. Let's put that down. Put that up. Let's take a look. That is a nice cheesy looking thing, right, Jane?
I like cheese.
My wife likes cheese. So now it says to put in the crumble butter of the Ritz cracker. So let's get that all in there. And then we're supposed to bake it another 10 minutes, everybody. This is starting to look really good. It's starting to smell excellent. Oh, dropped a little. That's why we got a vacuum cleaner, everybody. Oh yeah, that is. Spread that nice and even. The only thing I might say, more broccoli, but we'll taste this and see how it is. Oh, 10 more minutes, everybody. You can use frozen broccoli too. There's a way of doing it, but the fresh stuff is pretty good. If you do the frozen, you just got to do 2 cups, and you only got to kind of steam them for like about 5 minutes, you know, just to get the texture. And let's see what this is like and taste it in 10 minutes. Okay, here we go. Taken out. Lightly toasted. Cheese is golden. Now, my wife likes her cheese a little browner, but that's okay. Let's get a scoop of this out. Look at that. Oh. Wow. Look how beautiful that is, everybody. You know, this is the recipe with a scoop out of it. I usually lift that up first, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to save this. So thank God for M56092, the recipe. We're going to let this sit for a second just to cool down so the wife and I don't nuke. Let me get some pictures of this real quick, and then we're going to take a taste test. So now we're going to try a taste test. Now, you all know the Jane. Ta-da! Come on over, Jane. Didn't you even ask me that we should make something like this too?
Maybe.
Yeah, I thought you said to do like a chicken broccoli casserole.
I might have.
Yeah. She logs into all my software. And then, you're supposed to use a spoon there.
There's a piece of cheese sticking
Oh.
out.
And we're supposed to, and she sees all these recipes, and then she goes, that looks so good. And then she plans my cooking for the next month.
Not really.
Ding?
Cheers.
Okay. I got a big chunk of broccoli. Chicken's right there, honey. Broccoli tender.
All I got was rice.
Yeah. Try that right there, honey.
I got rice and cheese.
Right there is.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
That's a big chunk of broccoli right there. That's not bad. That's kind of really good. I like the crackers. Wow, that's really good flavor with the chicken. When you get a chunk of the chicken with the rice and the broccoli,
Yeah, very good.
that's a keeper, don't you think? You know, right there is chicken. Get that. You know how much you love your chicken. Wow, it's not bad, everybody, and I didn't really change it too much. I add garlic to it, but they said to put the seasoning in there. It's got a great full flavor. Doesn't stick to the pan. You know, cheese is totally melted. Are you okay over there? What do you think of the chicken?
Good.
Chicken's really good. I would say maybe a little bit more broccoli. That's the only thing I would do. There it is, everybody. Chicken broccoli rice casserole from thecozycook.com, and this is from the Cozy Cookbook on page 178, everybody. I'll put this up. That's a keeper. We like it. Wife's over there still finishing that plate, you know. So thanks for coming in my kitchen and cooking with me, John. A brand new recipe that we tried from a request from one of our fellow cooks. Thank you. Great call. If you got any more requests or want to see something, maybe a twist on a different recipe or something like that, I'll go investigate. I'll look around. I'll see what I find and see what's interesting looking. This is a great thing. It adds to our repertoire. What?
Repertoire.
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 Repertoire. I can't speak today. Do all that great stuff. Subscribe, please, everybody. Comments. Tell me what recipe you would like me to try for you. If you always wanted one, but we're kind of iffy to try, I'll definitely do that. And subscribe, like, share, comment, hit the little bell for the notification. Until the next recipe, my fellow cooks, you have a great day, a great week, a great dinner, a great lunch. Bye, everybody.